I hope everyone is okay and happy. I am happy. And my name is Ree. Welcome to my YouTube channel if you're not new here. If you're new here, I hope you stay. So today it's poetry time with an explanation after the video, after the poem narration. So if you do want to know what inspired this poem, stick with me, till the end of the video. The pain behind it, the story behind it, the heart behind it. So yeah. So the poem is called Let Me Live, and it goes like this. Teach me how to talk to them, how to say I'm trying to appreciate the volume of my silence without feeling lonely and sad because it's all I am. How to tell them about all the ways I'm not okay without exhausting their eager ears. Teach me how to talk to them. For it is one thing to want to talk and yet another to have the language too. Little lips made to sing quiver from bitter crying. Chocolate body made to dance, preps for more pain. So I look around and realize I love everyone but me. I let my thoughts trance me so. I put a pathetic trust on them, and in a quick harsh fashion I storm out, sensing my utter disconnect from everything. Spurts of conversation slowly turn to screams. Sounds of laughter fade and steps are louder. The balcony upon which I stood seconds earlier becomes crowded. Yellow police stripes enclose it and it's suddenly empty. Only I can turn a jubilant living room into a crime scene. This is how I died, except this reenactment of my death will be on a loop till you teach me how to talk to them. Yay! So initially I had called the poem Teach Me How to Talk to Them, but then the ending of the poem kind of gives away why I named it Let Me Live instead. So the explanation, so it starts teach me how to talk to them. Basically, I'm always a quiet girl, and there's nothing wrong with that. Quiet girl, there's nothing wrong with that, because there's this title introvert, extrovert, quiet girl, talkative. It's like asking someone, why do you talk so much? It sounds a bit rude. So I used to find it rude when people asked me every single time, why do you not talk so much? You're so quiet, so much. So YouTube. So I would find it annoying, but then I saw okay, let's just go to the next. How to say I'm trying to appreciate the volume of my silence without feeling lonely and sad because it's all I am. Okay, so I am a quiet girl. I'm an introvert. I used to be shy. I'm still shy, but not as much, not painfully shy like I was before. And I was never lonely. Like, I loved my own company. I had a lot of things that would entertain me. So but me saying I would feel lonely and sad because of the volume of my silence is because of people who made it look like it was such a bad thing, like it was a terrible thing, that it was how do I put this, like it was a disease maybe. Like it was so wrong, you get. So how to tell them about all the ways I'm not okay without exhausting their eager ears. So I'm saying without exhausting their eager ears because first of all, sometimes why people even stay silent while they're going through something. It's because they just assume like, I go to talk to this person and I don't know if this person even wants to hear my sob story or hear about all the problems that I'm having right now, or all the things I'm going through right now, you get. And that's how I used to feel. That's how I used to feel. Basically because this feeling was like at the time I felt like it was never ending. And I felt like if I was to talk to someone, I would have to talk to them the next day too and the day after that. And honestly, that's like torture to their ears, and I don't want to do that. Also, even though I want to talk to them, I don't know what to say. Teach me how to talk to them, for it is one thing to want to talk and yet another to have the language too. This line, so yeah, it is one thing to want to talk and yet another to have the language too. let me put it this way. So sometimes I would be in a crowd of people and everyone is just like, contributing, saying something, they're all having fun, laughing, someone makes a joke and the other person laughs, and everyone is just contributing to it. And in most of the times, I think all the times actually, most of the times I would be seated among them, not knowing what to say. I want to contribute, I want to say something, but what do I say? So I start looking for a loophole or start looking for something to say, and my mind will be so focused on thinking of a joke or something to say than it is than being focused on what they're trying to say on the topic, so I can make like a connection with them. You get? If somebody's talking about themselves, I should listen more, try to understand them too, but I'll be thinking about what I should say next, because I'm expecting when this person is done talking, I'm the one who should say something. Now this is an example with just the two of us. Maybe I should say something, so my mind will be busy looking either for an exit to leave this conversation or for something to say next, that I tend to just dissociate, like disconnect from what this person is even saying, or even just looking at them, looking for something I can compliment, stuff like that. But it's not like I used to be a bad listener. I was a good listener, I still am a good listener. I just don't know what to say after that, and my mind is always racing so much that like your brain can think so much that you actually even feel tired physically because of your brain thinking so much and overthinking this thing. So when we're in a crowd, I'll be thinking of something to say, and most of the times, let me tell you, true story, most of the times I would get something to say, but by the time I get something to say, they've already moved on to the next topic. That stuff used to hurt. I'm like, I've been thinking for the past 10 minutes what to say, and I finally find a joke or something to say in return to what someone said here. By the time I'm supposed to say it, they've moved on to the next topic. It is done. They're done with that. No one is even interested in whatever I have to say. And sometimes when I manage to talk, the worst part is this: when I manage to talk, or when they push me to talk and I finally say something, I will say it and they'll be like, huh? We can hear you, louder please. Unakula wat sana. And I don't know, like, I don't know what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I think the problem was, maybe, they genuinely didn't hear me. But the problem is, I feel like, do I have to shout for them to hear me? And I started hating my voice. I started hating how I talk, because I feel like I can never, like, not like articulating words, but like, I don't know, like, I get that a lot, like, unakula word sana, we can't hear you, or you sound muffled, why you mumbling, can you speak, you're mumbling, you're not speaking, stuff like that, But before, when I used to mumble, it's because I was shy and I wasn't sure how they would take whatever it is that I'm saying, you get. And well, so I would want to contribute so much that it hurt, but yet it's another thing to have the language too, because, well, you get what I'm saying. And I think the worst part is, it's not just with strangers or friends, it's also with family. My family, my immediate family, is like okay with that. They've known me, like, I've always been that one sibling who just always locks herself in the room and never talks, really, just reading novels and drawing or writing stuff. But then we would like come together, especially family get-togethers. We go to my grandma's place, and all these aunts, uncles, cousins, they're somewhere, everyone is talking, and sometimes I would feel so drained, like, I'm from saying hi to everyone, we are talking, we're conversing, they're asking every question on this earth, and I feel so drained. And honestly, I don't want to feel drained because of conversing with family, but I do. I feel like I've been talking so much. I feel like they've been asking me to talk so much. They've been asking so many questions. I've been trying to converse with them, because it's a family get together. You get to, interact with the people you haven't seen, like, for the whole of that year or for a few months. And I start feeling guilty for that. And once the guilt steps in, that's it. I just go somewhere and lock myself. Like I remember I did that one time, and then there was this uncle who came to my mom and she was like, "Hey Naomi, my mom is called Naomi. Naomi mtoka ukangave jawaza kundini mbanda." And he starts talking about me like I can't hear him. Yeah, I'm locked somewhere in a room, but they're in a place where I can hear them talking. You get. My mom didn't say anything. She just laughed. Honestly, I I thank her for that, for not saying anything. So oh yeah, that kind of broke me too. And also when we're in these family get-togethers, I still also don't know what to say. And they, like aunties are so harsh with their onyamazangi, they can never keep it to themselves. Never. Whether it's your weight, whether it's your looks, whether it's your outfit or whatever, they can never keep it to themselves. So they're always coming on about the way you're quiet, it's not good and that kind of stuff, and pushing me like pressure tibonga. And with pressure it's even worse. Also, little lips made to sing quiver from bitter crying, because I was always crying after these experiences with people. And I started hating my personality. I started hating that I was an introvert. I started hating that I was a quiet guy. I started hating my voice. I started hating the way I talk. So chocolate body made to dance preps for more pain. Well, the pain that you kind of inflict on your body, thinking it's going to stop the pain that's on the inside, inflicting pain on the outside to stop the pain on the inside. At first I started with just ranting on my diary, like especially when I was signed in this label and I went to stay there for like a week, and every artist there, they were kind of just relating and talking and bonding. And I don't bond with people by talking so much, honestly. I don't think I do. The connection just comes through. It just comes through. Some people are comfortable in my silence, some are not. And the silence is not there to stay, it's just the first few days or the first, depends if we connect or vibe, you get. And so I have this clique of friends in campus. I used to have them, and I was only comfortable with like two of them. Like I could either be with one friend from that in that clique of friends, and I would be comfortable with them talking, because when I get comfortable with you, like to a point that I don't know, I just get to a point where I talk so much, I don't even give you time to talk. I've gotten so comfortable with you. You've adopted me as an introvert, especially extroverts. Ha, it is heaven. So I had this extrovert friend called Darren. It was amazing, and she was okay with me being this way. She was comfortable in my silence. But then there were other two. When we were with them, when I was with them, if we're alone with if I'm alone with either one of them, it would be like so awkward. honestly, it would be awkward. And they're my friends, yeah. So this time we're working with two of them, the both of them and me. We're going to buy snacks, and one of them is funny. One of them kind of she always has something to say. She's also a little bit opinionated, and the other one is funny and a bit talkative. So they're just bonding and talking, and it's like I'm closer with one girl in that group and these two are closer, so they kind of get to vibe more. And well, that was me just walking besides them, and all I could do was laugh at their jokes, because I didn't have anything funny enough or like interesting enough to say to them, because they were also like contributing with stories. And I find my life has just been so, I don't have like really weird stories that I can tell people about my life. My life was good. It's like, especially when we're in the, okay, let me just finish this story. So oh yeah, so one of them just turns to me after working for like a while, and she's like, nafilika tunatembea na mono, Wendy siongee, like ongea ama utoke hapa, by the way. Like that hurt, like, oh god, it just hurt. It hurt, honestly, but I just laughed it. I laughed it out. I just laughed at the time. That's all I could do. So I was going to this other story when I was in the studio, and I get to have to interact with people, and everyone is contributing their life stories, because most of the artists there were like so broken. They either have family issues, or they're suicidal or depressed. I was depressed at the time, but not the kind of depressed that would have me. They were going to the extreme, by the way. They were. I was saying. And they were contributing with these life stories that made them the way they are. Others got raped, and honestly I would find that what has happened in my life that I don't have like an interesting story to tell them. My life has been good. I have literally the perfect family. Nothing but is well I don't have anything like a story that's worthy of story time. Yeah, that. Just a few. There are only a few, like two of them, and these are the things I'm not yet ready to come out and share them. I'm not ready to come out and share them. So other than that, nothing. So I look around and realize I love everyone but me, because there's still people I was kind of close to, some of them comfortable in my silence, some of them not. So I was imagining me in one room with all of these people, from my girlfriend's clique, from my family members, my relatives, all the other friends that I've made before, and all the friends that I've lost, because I've also lost a lot of friends because of my communication issues. Yeah, so I was imagining all of them in one room with me in it. So I look around and realize I love everyone but me. I let my thoughts trance me, so like overthinking. I pour a pathetic trust on them, and in a quick harsh fashion, I storm out, sensing my utter disconnect from everything. This is me trusting them to bear with me, be patient with me. But then I call it a pathetic trust, because again, I told you, have I shared that story, like when my dad was in school, and then this teacher started telling my dad how I'm so quiet, it'll be hard for me to survive outside, in the outside world after school. And it's just a bunch of stuff about my quietness, and my dad just was agreeing, but he didn't say anything harsh. He was like really nice about it. He only agreed that I'm quiet. All the other stuff, he was just looking at this teacher like. And then the teacher, after my dad left, by the way, the teacher was like, it's pathetic how quiet you are. It's pathetic how you still let people trance you where you're still quiet. And I've always hated the word pathetic after that. So I'm using it here. I put a pathetic trust on them, because she was supposed to be my teacher. She was supposed to guide me through it. If anything, instead of me going to look for YouTube tutorials out there, she should have maybe guided me on how to do that, because I went out looking for tutorials on how to communicate with people. So oh yeah, after that she came at me like that. You're never gonna survive there. You're not going to survive outside. So and then I storm out, sensing my utter disconnect from everything. At that moment when these words are dropped on me, I feel like I've disconnected from them and everything. Sparks of conversation slowly turn to screams. You'll find out why. Sounds of laughter fade and steps are louder. The balcony upon which I stood seconds earlier becomes crowded. Yellow police stripes enclose it, and it's suddenly empty. So this is the version where they kill me. They kill me on the inside, but here I'm making it look like they've killed me physically. They've killed me physically. So spurts of conversation slowly turn to scream. After hearing about it, it was like I jumped off the balcony after that whole thing. And so spurts of conversations, they were normal conversation, they suddenly turn to screams. Sounds of laughter fade and steps are louder. Well, people are laughing, stop laughing, and now the steps are louder, trying to hurry to the balcony. The balcony upon which I stood seconds earlier becomes crowded, trying to see what's up. Yellow police stripes enclose it, and it's suddenly empty. Well, I die, police come, that whole crime scene, the way the crime scene thing happens, yeah. Only I can turn a jubilant living room. I put the living room in quotes because it's from living room or someone died there. Only I can turn a jubilant living room into a crime scene. Because I feel like even sometimes going to join a conversation, I feel like it's going to make it hard for people. They're like so jubilant, so happy, and I go there and I'm going there with my communication issues. No one asked for that. And sometimes I feel like I'm a burden to people. I don't want to go there and not contribute. But if I have to, I go there and not contribute. Now I have to, like, start sharing about me and why I'm like this, or the stuff like that. And I feel like that's kind of dull. No one wants to hear that. It's either you met us laughing, so come here, laugh and contribute to the laughter, make a joke, something like that. Yeah. So only I can turn a jubilant living room into a crime scene. This is how I died. Except this reenactment of my death will be on a loop and keep happening till you teach me how to talk to them instead of bashing me of not talking to them, basically. So yeah, that was one of the struggle that I went through before. Right now, I'm working on my communication issues. I'm working on myself. Okay, self-esteem is not even related. I'm working on my... Basically, I'm just working on me. So there's this one time I went and I told Dad, oh, my dad, we were talking about something. I don't remember what it was. Dad, if you're watching this, I hope you remember, so you don't think I'm lying. So my dad is always giving me stories about when he was young, how he was quiet too, because I've gotten everything that I do and everything that I am from him. And he also loves novels, and he tells me how he used to keep to himself just with his novels and journals and all that kind of stuff, basically just me. And oh yeah, he tells me the way he was quiet, and it got to this point where people kind of target you to bully you if you're quiet like that. But my dad tells me how he got out of this shell and he realized this is not who I am. This is who I've made myself to be, but it's not who I am. And I told him, he's always telling me stories like that. So this one time we're talking and he asked me a question, and I tell him, Dad, I'm shy, I'm quiet, I'm a quiet girl, and I'm an introvert and all that kind of stuff. I'm so timid and what. And my dad is looking at me like, and he tells me, what did you do? And now I'm here so mad, I'm trying to fight him. He's opinionated too, but then unfortunately I'm his mini version, so I'm also opinionated. So sometimes we tend to argue a lot, thinking he's right, thinking I'm right. So when it comes to that, we argue. Or anything philosophical, we argue. So oh yeah, he tells me that, and now I'm so mad. I'm like, no, Dad, no, I'm telling you, I'm quiet, I don't know how to talk to people, I am an introvert, I am not confident, I am shy, I am this, I am that. And he's like, but I keep telling you to judge, wait till you go out and then interact with people and yourself. And basically, I used to use this excuse to not start content creation, by the way, as much as I loved it. And I wasn't sharing my life on social media because of that. Because I thought, well, I don't want to do that because of this, because I'm that, because a lot of stuff, a lot of excuses. And then I came to find out that I'm actually confident. I had so many experiences in campus that made me actually they shocked me myself. I was like, whoa. I would be in a group of friends, they're all afraid to do something, and I go ahead and do it. I'm like, wow, did I just do that? So yeah, basically, in short, he was right. Scott made the job, but no, he was right. And here I am, easily talking to people, okay, online too, but when it comes to chatting, I still have to work on that. I don't like chatting, honestly. I don't like chatting, or yeah, I basically just done. I even talking every day to someone. Oh, no, no, please. Basically, he helped me come out of my shell. He told me that, but he helped me come out of my shell. That is why I feel like that is why he shares these stories about him so much. That is what I was talking about. Teach me. This reenactment of my death will be on a loop till you teach me how to talk to them, instead of bashing me of not talking to them, attacking me for not talking to them. and your words can kill. So it was more of a metaphor, words can kill. So yeah. um yeah. Do I have anything else to say? I don't think so. So basically, that's where the poem was born. It was an experience that, it was a terrible one, by the way. The one that happened that made me come back and write this, because I'd feel something and run to either write a poem or vent on my journal. So I'm not ready to share that experience yet, but it was like, like it was like the experience that broke me. Like, there were a bunch of other experiences, piling up, piling up on me, and then that one thing happens and it just broke me and I ran to write this. But basically, it was all also because of the other experiences. And when it happened, I was at this point where I hated myself because of all of this. I would write in my journal while crying, asking, why am I even like this? I hate myself. Why am I like this? Why can't I talk to people? Why can't I think of something to say? Why am I like this? I hate myself, and all that kind of stuff. So by the time that experience happened, the other experiences and kind of made cracks. I don't know, like cracks all over. And when this happened, I shut down. But this is me full. Also, again, it wasn't just my dad, it wasn't just me deciding to make a step to work on that side. It was also God, me deciding to go back to God, because eventually He is the one who created you. He is the one who knows you. He's the one who knows how He made you. You probably don't even know yourself yet, but He does. So if you do want a good relationship with yourself, go back and have a good relationship with the one who made you. He's the one who knows you. Have a good relationship with God for you to have a good relationship with your body, with your mind, with yourself in general, basically. Eventually, I'm always gonna go back, go back to Jesus. So yeah, He helped me like a lot. So thank you for listening this far. Yeah, I love you all. Bye.